Why the government is shut down? First off, what we consider money is Federal Reserve notes, unsigned checks on a closed account. That's why you always see everything going up high because of inflation, because it's not real money. And plus, this has been the third time this year the government has been shut down. It has been shut down when Obama was in office also. So this is going to keep happening periodically over and over again until the anti-government, it's not really the government at all. We're under occupation. European foreign occupying government. But the reason the anti-government system has shut down is because you can't try to control a company with paper money or fake money. It ain't even money. It's just counterfeit, straight out. So the government with the anti-government system will keep on shutting down, and one day it will shut down completely. So our people need to prepare, make sure we're growing our own food, learn how to store our own food, learn how to make our own medicines again, herbal medicines, tea tricks, these type of things, and get ourselves prepared. Trump said he think it's going to be a while. He canceled vacation. He ain't go to Florida. He supposed to be going to Florida. He changed his mind. He said the system is being shut down. I got to stay here for a while and see how things going to go. So what I'm saying is we're going to constantly go through the same things because most people don't know what's going on. They lost. They working jobs. And I'm not saying we don't have to work jobs. We all have to find a way to bring in our pecuniary. Not income. It's not income. But the government will constantly be shut down because they operating on our land and they stealing from the people, from the true heirs of the land, coming over here trying to take over everything. But as long as you operate that private commercial paper and Federal Reserve notes, unsigned checks on a closed account, the government will always be shut down. As long as you're operating in fraud, operating as a de facto government, operating as feudal. We have to take back this system. Us working together, we could do that. But everybody hate the Europeans. The Europeans hate the Moors, etc., whoever else. And people need to start being realistic and start studying. Because once it's shut down forever, and we left our own devices like Venezuela, then we're going to actually see what life really is. Oh, yeah, I think you're doing it or you're pulling up. I like that. Do your thing, baby. But guess what? When this shit shut down for good, I don't want to say for good, you know what that is, but forever, we will suffer. As for myself, I'm preparing, going through a few stalking situations with my neighbors. They're idiots, straight morons, minorities. But I'm fighting through that. But while I'm fighting through that, I got fruit trees growing. I'm trying to get rid of all the so-called bills that's not actually bills. They're actually statements of account. So the anti-government will continue to shut down because they're not operating with real money. House Joint Resolution 192. Real money is gold and silver coins. All debts can only be paid in gold and silver coins. They're not operating with gold and silver coins. Paper is not gold and silver coin. We always talk about Benjamins. We always talk about dollars. We always talk about all these names giving this private commercial paper, giving it life, breathing air into it, when we shouldn't be doing that. We're supposed to study, stand on our square, and know what it is, no matter what nationality you claim, because there's no such thing as race. There's no such thing as different color, because back in the days, if you go back and you look, it was only copper color here, around the world. So they're modern Europeans. There's no such thing as Greeks. And if you look up Roman and Greek and you compare it to Latin, and you check the dates on when Latin started correctly, not when they said it said. It's like Napoleon Bonaparte said. History is a bunch of lies that we agree upon. So he's telling you right then and there that whoever's in power control what history is. So the anti-government system is shut down because their private commercial paper is now no longer doing justice. Look at Venezuela. They're suffering over there because we put our so-called belief into people that are supposed to protect us that's not even for us. They're for self. They're not even supposed to be operating on our lands. But they are because we allow them. They are because we constantly stand slaves that we never were. They are because we constantly pay taxes that we don't have to pay. This is our land. Why are we paying taxes? They're supposed to be paying us taxes. You know, but we don't want to hear nothing when our people talk to us. We go to these so-called churches and listen to these pastors that got 501c3 agreements that stand there and lie to us. You know, these are the type of things that keep us slaves, that we ain't. Bonded free men. They used to pay us annual tribute just to ride the seas. You know, a lot of things that we did to them, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we the greatest or we the baddest people in the world, because we're not. We made mistakes just like everybody else. But the anti-government system is shutting down because that private commercial paper, Federal Reserve notes, unsigned checks on the closed account is no longer carrying the bullshit-ass debt that they created. It's nothing to do with us. It got nothing to do with us. It's not our debt. It's their debt. Until y'all get together and realize this and stop holding on to these things and calling it what it's not, we will never be free. Freedom is a state of mind. Freedom is knowing where you come from. Freedom is being on your own land and knowing what laws you have to follow and what laws you don't. Our people been here forever. So why would we have to follow any of these laws, acts, policies, etc. that they made up on our land after they came here? Because we didn't have them before. And the laws we did have was universal principles.